of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ron Juckett. We welcome you to the program for the 26th day of January 2021. Today we go back to Wednesday, May 18th, 1949, a rainy day in the Bronx as the Cleveland Indians and the New York Yankees hook up in a big one in the American League. The Yankees are in first place. They are 16-10. They have a one-game lead over a variety of different teams. The Indians are 2 games back. They are 12-10. We're still, remember, the early part of the season. And so the Tribe come to New York. They lost yesterday, so the Yankees moved to 16-10, as we said, and Cleveland at 12-10. Of course, the Yankees, the real-life American League champions in 1949, and Cleveland, the defending world champions, from 1948. So 2 worlds collide, and only one can survive. Oh, we don't get Joe DiMaggio today. We do have a pretty good pitching matchup. It's Vic Raschi for the Yankees and Bob Feller for the Indians. There's some Hall of Famers in this game, too. You ready? Let's go, Mets go. It's baseball right here on Retro Sports Network. As Retro Sports Network presents 1949 Major League Baseball replay. Today from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. It is the New York Yankees and the Cleveland Indians. And today's game is, as always, brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, put a comma in between all those, and wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so a soggy day in the Bronx as we get ready for another exciting afternoon of baseball. Vic Raschi is a 21-game winner in real life, but on the replay, he has struggled. He is 2-2 with an ERA of 7.98. This is his 7th start of the year. Vic is 30, would play such a huge role in this Yankee dynasty run that is about to take place. He is a fastball pitcher at 85, and he does not favor the ground ball nor the fly ball. His last start, how you doing, Mr. Matthews? His last start came against the A's on the 14th, and he was Christmas treed. 4 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 9 runs, all earned. He walked 6 and struck out 2. So, overall, 38 1/3 innings, 50 hits, 5 home runs allowed, 34 runs all earned. He walked 20 and struck out 9. Those are terrible numbers. Did Raschi give up Aaron's first home run? I don't know off the top of my head. I don't remember Vic Raschi pitching in the National League. But if he did, it's possible. So here, this will be the lineup that he'll face. Dale Mitchell, not Joe DiMaggio's best friend, is in left field. He'll lead it off. Mickey Vernon with the V will bat second and play first. Joe Gordon at second will bat third. The manager, Lou Boudreau, will play short and clean up. Al Rosen, future Yankee hero, is at third. He'll bat fifth. Larry Doby is in center field. He'll bat sixth. Clark is in right. He'll bat seventh. Hegan behind the plate will go eighth. And Rapid Robert Feller will bat ninth and pitch. He should go about 130 pitches. I'm being told that he pitched with the Cardinals. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Gene Woodling is in left field. He is a 3 and a 3. Cliff Mapes is a 3 and a 6 in center. Don't they miss DiMaggio? Tommy Henrik is a 3 and a 5 in right. I never doubt the word of Elvis is right. Never doubt the word of Elvis. Bobby Brown says don't be cruel. He's a 4 at third. Phil Rizzuto is a 10 at short. Jerry Coleman is a 4 at second. Don Krahoski is a 4 at first. Yogi Berra is a 10 and a 10 behind the plate. And Raschi is an 8 with a 985 fielding percentage. And what came, you can see it in the chat. I'm sure you can confirm this if Raschi gave up Aaron's first homer in 54, right? Anywho, so it'll be Mitchell stepping in at 293. no homers, and 3 RBI. Cleveland comes in at 12-10. The Yankees are 16-10. Pitch to Mitchell is a base hit left side. Woodling will pick it up. And that's how this one starts. Mickey Vernon at 321. 4 homers and 17 RBI. Not a full house day game here at Yankee Stadium on a rainy Wednesday. Here's a ground ball to first, to short for 1, and that's it. So 3-6 on the fours. And they'll trade Mitchell for Vernon. Here's Joe Gordon. Joe at 288, 3 homers and 16 RBI. Everybody in the American League is within 5 games. The National League already has 2 teams down double digits. And the Giants are in first place. If Lorenzo was here, we'd hear about that. There's a ground ball up the middle past a diving Coleman. And so the Indians have their second hit. And here's Lou Boudreau. Lou, he's the manager. He's not expected to hit. 221, no homers, and 8 RBI. Pete Rose was the last player manager, wasn't he? So Vernon on second, Gordon on first. No, it's not Jeff. Boudreau, that's going to be a base hit into left center field. Vernon will round third and try and score. It's going to be Mapes, picks it up. He's going to throw the plate. The throw to Bear is going to be close. They got him. Oh, what a throw by Mapes to Bear. So Vernon dove, and Yogi had the tag on him. And he says, as Vernon goes back to the dugout, the next time you see a fork in the road, take it. 2 out for Al Rosen, who is 2 for 4, a 159 real-life hitter. He has driven in a run. All right. If Lorenzo was here, we'd hear about how he used to date Cleopatra back in the day. And Mr. Matthews is right. He'll never doubt the word of Elvis. April 23rd, 1954, top of the 6th off Arashi, attaboy Henry. And if you're looking for the tribute game, it's under Henry Aaron, not Hank. One of our intrepid listeners or viewers reminded me that he did not like to be called Hank. It was always Henry. So that's how it was listed, as Henry Aaron. So Rosen will hit this one up the middle for a base hit. Rashi is pitching like he's got a rash. It's finally 1-0 as Gordon will score from second. Boudreau to third, and Rosen on first for Larry Doby. At 313, 3 homers and 10 RBI. So 4 hits for the Indians, but Rashi's only thrown 13 pitches. Doby makes another hit. Boudreau will score. Rosen moves to third. And it's runners on the corners and 2 out. And it's 2-0 Cleveland for Allie Clark. I assume that's not Allison. Batting practice continues from the Tribe. And DJ John got an ad for some pizza rolls. Those are great in the air fryer, by the way. Allie is 2 for 20 with no homers and 2 RBI. 2-0 Indians right from the get-go. And there's a fly ball to center field. Mapes goes back and will make the catch. But the Indians get 2 runs on 5 hits and no errors. Half an inning in the books. It's 2-0 Cleveland. And so Bob Feller. And if I was to venture a guess on that picture of Rapid Robert, that is off the Red Man Chewing Tobacco card. Because those were all kind of hand-painted. Anyway, 5th start for Feller. He's gone the distance all 4 times previously. 2-2 with a 2.31 ERA. He is 30 years old in 1949, and he has been around forever. But that's what you get when you start at 17. He's a fastball pitcher and a flyball pitcher at 92. That was the name of the chewing tobacco, wasn't it, Redman? He last went against the White Sox on the 15th. And he threw a 1-hitter in the process. So no runs, no hits. He walked 2 and struck out 6. Brad is pretending he misunderstood. How you doing, Tribe fan? 35 innings for Rapid Robert. 26 hits. He's given up 10 runs, 9 earned. He has walked 3 and struck out 18, which for 1949 is a metric ton. He is a fastball pitcher at 92 and a flyball pitcher. And he's 30 years old. He only threw 211 innings, and he walked 84 in real life. Jerry Coleman leads off for the Yankees at second base. Phil Rizzuto. How many Hall of Famers are in this lineup? I like this picture of Yankee Stadium. Personally, you can send it, but Phil Rizzuto will bat second and play short. A lot of lefties. Look at all the lefties here. Gene Woodling is in left field. He'll go third. Tommy Henrich will clean up and right. Yogi Berra behind the plate will bat fifth. Bobby Brown, the good doctor, will play third and bat sixth. Krahosky at first will go seventh. Cliff Mapes, who gunned down the runner at the plate, is in center field, and Rashi, who threw 17 pitches in the first, will bat ninth. Dale Mitchell is a 6 and a 4 and left. There are 6 Hall of Famers in this game. Larry Doby being one of them. He's a 10 and a 5 in center. That would be a Woolworth player. Allie Clark is not one. He's a 1 and a 4 in right. Al Rosen is a 3 at third. Lou Boudreau is a 6 at short. Joe Gordon is a 5 at second. The Yankees thought he was washed up. Boy, did they pay for that mistake. Mickey Vernon is a 10 at first. Hagan a 7 and a 7 behind the plate. And Feller is a 3 on the mound with a .969 fielding percentage. Coleman at .342. No homers and 15 RBI. So there are 7 in the game. Gordon at second. Boudreau at short. And Doby in center for the Indians, along with Bob Feller. Yogi Berra, Phil Rizzuto, and Casey Stengel for the Yankees. So 7 Hall of Famers in this game. Pitch to Coleman. Got him. 1-2, swing and a miss on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, 1 out. Here's Rizzuto at .298, 1 homer and 20 RBI. The scoreboard is right here. I think the last one went into Yankee Stadium in 58, I think it was. Somebody in our Facebook, one of the Facebook groups, is playing games, and it's from what the original remodeled stadium was supposed to look like. So it's kind of a mishmash of the new stadium and the renovated stadium. It looks really sharp. Pitch to Rizzuto is a ground ball to Boudreau over to first for the out. 2 away. Of course, if you are a Stratomatic fan, today's their first pre-order day. They got some Negro League stuff. You got 1956. You got 72 and the Finders Keepers for whatever they're going to do for 2020. Here's Woodling. Gene at .279. No homers and 8 RBI. I did not know that. Ricky Keeler says, been rereading Aaron's autobiography to think if the Giants still didn't spell his last name wrong on the telegram, he would have played with Willie Mays. Not sure how much Henry would have loved New York. How'd they spell it? Just with 1 A? Pitch to Woodling is a base hit into right field. 2 out single for Henrich. At .312, 7 homers and 36 RBI. Aaron said he went with the Braves instead of the Giants because the Braves offered $50 more. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. That was a lot of money back then. And if Aaron had 8 more Negro League home runs, although I think the cutoff for that's 48, right? Then he would still be the all-time home run champ. $50 more would have given us a Mays Aaron outfield. That's amazing. Of course, The Red Sox tried out Willie Mays and didn't sign him. You imagine Ted Williams and Willie Mays in the same outfield. There's a long drive to right, tie game. So just like that, it's 2-2. So Feller steps off the mound to regain his composure. That's not Rizzuto hitting the home run. Right down that line and right, and it's 2-2. The Giants did try out some kid by the name of Fidel Castro at 17 and didn't sign him. The rumor, Tribe fan, is that Cuomo did get a tryout. I'm not sure if anyone ever confirmed that or not. I did not get a Major League tryout, just saying. Yogi Berra at 278, 2 homers and 14 RBI. Pitch to Berra. There's a fly ball to left. Mitchell will haul that one in, and that will do it. Tommy Henrich, 5 o'clock Lightning, a 2-run homer. 2 runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We played 2-2. Tribe fan was lucky to play JV for a year. So, oh, thank you. I hope Vinny's doing okay. Cuomo probably grew up in the same neighborhood as Whitey Ford. So Jim Hegan, Bob Feller, and Mitchell to face Rashi here in the second. Hegan at 208, a homer and 7 RBI. Today's Hall of Fame Day, too, and I'm with the consensus that nobody gets in today. Pitch to Hegan is strike 3. An 0-2, an 83-mile-an-hour fastball, and that's the first strikeout for Rashi. Feller, at 214, he can hit. No homers and no RBI, 2-10 on the real year. Yet, nobody in 61 years. You got to go back to 1960. I wonder who was on the ballot then. I think you can make the case for about 5 guys. And have a cheeseburger in the process. Today's the first anniversary of Kobe's passing. That's right, because it was a Sunday. Pitch to Feller. There's a pop-up left side. Rizzuto and Brown converge, and that's Bobby's ball. 2 out. So the first 9 for Rashi on 27 pitches, an inning and 2/3, 5 hits and a strikeout. And both the runs are earned. And there's a ground ball to Coleman over to first, and that will retire the side. So on that ballot 60 years ago, Boudreaux, Luke Appling, Johnny Mize, Wes Farrell, Goose Goslin, Archie Vaughn. Yeah, there's nobody there that screams, break down the barn door. Bobby Doerr, Joe Gordon. Again, there are some definite Hall of Famers there, but they aren't, oh my goodness, you got to get them in the first year. Kobe Bryant passed away on Wayne Gretzky's birthday, and the great one is 60 today. Here's Brown, Krahosky and Mapes to follow. Bobby at 302, a homer and 5 RBI. Dr. Brown at the plate. Here's a little looper into center field. Doby comes in, 1 away. Here's Dick Krahosky. I think I called him Don earlier. Dick at 328. No homers and 11 RBI. Not the everyday Yankee first baseman, but he is right now. Got away from Hegan on strike 3. The throw down to first, and that's 2 out. So here's Cliff Mapes at 264. No homers and 6 RBI. I don't know how Gretzky can be 16. Or 60. How old's Janet? Of course, Wayne's son-in-law has a green jacket. I don't know how you wouldn't vote for Aaron. Then again, it was Jeter or Rivera was the first unanimous player. I mean, there's a lot of players you go, how could you not vote for Tom Seaver? Pitch to Mapes. Ball 4. So there's a walk. 2 out for Rashi at 417. A double and a triple. He's 5 for 12. We joke about Statler and Waldorf on here, but there really are some Statler and Waldorf characters voting for the baseball writers. Pitch to Rashi. Ball 4. So Feller walks the pitcher. Here's Coleman. He struck out his first time up. Feller, top 9, 43 pitches, an inning and 2/3. 2 hits, a home run. That was to Henrik. He's walked 2 and struck out 2. Janet Gretzky's 60 years old. It's amazing how young 60 looks now then, doesn't it? Pitch to Coleman. Into right field. Clark. And that will retire the side. The Yanks, no runs, no hits, no errors. They strand 2 after 2. Deuces wild, as Vinny would say. Cleveland 2, New York 2. Remember, tomorrow night, prime time, 5 Pacific, because I got to say that first, 8 Eastern. It'll be the Dodgers and the Cardinals right here on Retro Sports Network. Mickey Vernon is 0 for 1. It'll be Vernon, Gordon, and Boudreaux. And a 2-2 tie in the 3rd. Into left center field. That's going to run around for a while. Vernon's into second standing. And that is a double. That's a 6th hit off of Rashi. Now, in 49, Rashi threw 274 and 2/3 innings. And only allowed 247 hits. So better days ahead for Rashi. Gordon singled and scored. And every time Gordon gets on against the Yankees, you know it's got to feel good. In the left field, Woodling has it for the out. Vernon will tag, goes to third to throw to Brown, and Vernon's in there. So Mickey moves up after his 10th double of the year. Here's Lou Boudreaux. Lou singled and scored in the first. Both teams got 2 in the premier inning. This time it's a ground ball left side, base hit. Vernon will score. Boudreaux drives in a run. Takes a cookie out of Petty Cash, and it's 3-2 Cleveland. Brings up Al Rosen. Look at the batting averages as Cleveland is coming up, and they're just teeing off on him. Rashi should be dominating this game. Rosen singled and drove home the first run in the first. Snap throw to first, and Boudreaux's back. Base hit left field. So Boudreaux is going to be caught off as second. Coleman puts on the tag, and they got him. Well, you would think that the manager would chew him out, but they kind of look at you funny if you yell at yourself like that. So Boudreaux rounded second, hit it for third, and Woodling just threw a bullet back in there. And so it's going to go 7-4 on the putout. So 2 out. Rashi's allowed 8 hits, but only 3 have scored. Here's Larry Doby. He singled home a run in the first. What in the name of Manny Ramirez is going on out there? Go climb the wall and high-five a fan in Baltimore. Into right field. Henrik moves over in the corner. That is off the wall. Doby's going to have 2. Rosen will score. They'll hold Doby to a double, and it's 4-2 Cleveland. So Rashi, whose ERA was 7 and change when we started, is now up to 8.34. It's like buying a magazine for $7.95 and paying tax on it. Yeah, Elvis, I think his arm started to tire by then. The strikeout production in 49, he struck out 109. And 3 years prior, coming right after the war, he struck out 348. Here's Allie Clark. Allie's 0 for 1. Up the middle, and that's a base hit. So Doby will score. Rizzuto was reaching for a cannoli instead of the baseball, and it's 5-2, Cleveland. And Casey is thinking, I don't know what to do here. Here's Hegan. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Into center field. Mapes goes back, makes the catch. But the Indians put up 3 runs on 5 hits and no errors. Bottom 3, 5-2, Cleveland. So you get all excited. You got Rashing, you got Feller, and you're thinking, yep. You're thinking that you're going to have a pitcher's duel, and we got 7 runs on the board in the 3rd inning. Yankee pitchers going to Rockefeller Center, maybe to go visit Al Roker and Samantha Guthrie, because he's getting Christmas treed. That's right. You got it. Here is the Scooter. He's 0 for 1. Feller starts the 3rd with a ground ball to 3rd. Rosen, 1 out. Casey always knew what to do, except for when he didn't. He just had a lack of execution from the troops to deal with. The batting averages here highly favor the Yankees. Back to lurking. Okay, Methuselah. Woodling is 1 for 1, and he singled. He scored on a Henrik homer in the 1st. It's a center field base hit. He's going for 2. The throw to Gordon, not in time. And that's his 4th double of the year. 3rd hit for the Yankees. The Indians have 10. Henrik homered his first time up. Yeah, he could throw hard. He was the one back in the late 30s that they measured his speed with a motorcycle. He threw a baseball through a pane of glass. This is in the pre-radar days. Talking about Methuselah. And I forgot what they estimated that to be. Hopefully everything's okay, Lorenzo. Henrik homered his first time up, and this time he draws a walk. 3rd walk from Feller. And now I'll bring up Yogi, who's 0 for 1. So again, the tying run is at the plate. Steve Dalkowski was a hard thrower. Good morning. How are you? 1st and 2nd. Yogi into shallow center. Doby rides the Schwinn, makes the catch. Woodling will hold, and there's 2 out. Brings up Bobby Brown, who's 0 for 1. They've got Feller here at 92. He threw harder than that. But he had so many miles on his arm. Yep. Don't be cruel, Brad. To a heart that's true. Pitch to Brown. Here's a ground ball to Feller. Snap throw to first, and that will retire the side. So the Yankees put 2 on and can't do anything with it. No runs, a hit, no errors. After 3, 5-2, Cleveland. You'd never be that cruel to me. Oh, yes, you would. So as we start the 4th, let's take a look at the standings. Yeah, I mean, he came up at 17. They brought him right up. And he had, I mean, look, he probably had 4 or 5 sets of Goodyear Tiempos on his arm by the time he was 30. Giants are in first place at 19-9. They've won 2 straight and 9 out of 10. Phillies are 1 back. They're 19-11, so 2 back in the loss column. The Cardinals and Braves are 3 back. The Dodgers are 5 back. They've lost 4 straight. It's the Dodgers and Cardinals tomorrow night. Pittsburgh 11-16, 7.5 back. And Cincinnati and Chicago are wondering when the Bengals and Bears are going to play. Yeah, they're playing 500 ball. They've scored 143 and allowed 140. Feller was the Dwight Gooden of his day with less control. I think, Elvis, it was less stuff in a red can. Yankees are a game and a half up on Washington of all teams. Cleveland is 2 back. They've only scored 94 runs in 22 games. The A's are 2 back. They've won 5 straight. Detroit, fell off the turnip truck. They've lost 9 straight, 14-14. The Browns are 12-16. The Red Sox are 11-15. They need to come home, Snoopy. Come home soon. And the White Sox are 11-16. So Feller is 0 for 1. As old man yells at Cloud in the chat again. Got him. He swung and missed an 81-mile-an-hour fastball. So 1 out for Mitchell, who's 1 for 2. Rashi, this has not been the game that will get him into Baseball Digest. 3 1/3 innings, 54 pitches. 10 hits and 2 strikeouts. There's a fly ball to right. 2 out. And that's an injury. So Dale Mitchell is hurt. He tweaked a hammy. Oh, I'm famous for my accuracy, trust me. I know how to do that. What season were you thinking of? Mickey Vernon with a V, 1 for 2. Has doubled and scored. And there's a fly ball left field. Woodling has it for the out. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom 4, 5-2 Cleveland. So Krohosky, Mapes, and Rashi. Yep, just remember who holds the band hammer, too. So you be nice. Krohosky struck out his first time up. Feller starting his 4th inning on 65 pitches. Here's a fly ball to right. Clark in the corner, 1 out. Here's Mapes. He walked his first time up. 10 hits for the Tribe, 3 for the Yankees. I recommend it. The new version. I think it's on sale again, too. So if you do the upgrade price, it's $40. If you get the 2020 season, you and Mookie Betts will be holding hands and drinking champagne. Pitch to Mapes. Struck him out. He got him looking on a 2-2, a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. So 2 out for Rashi. We'll leave him in the game. Today you'd yank him, but with 85 pitches left, as long as he kind of holds it, Rashi walked his first time up. I just like Mookie, period. Pitch to Rashi. Got him. So Feller dominates here in the 4th. An outside fastball at 93. No runs, no hits, no errors to the 5th, 5-2 Cleveland. So Gordon, Boudreaux, and Rosen to face Rashi here in the 5th. And hard to believe, with the score being 5-2 Cleveland and the Indians having 10 hits, that Feller has thrown more pitches than Rashi. Mookie won a ring against you, Lorenzo, so... Losing mentality. He could go to the Angels. Imagine Mookie and Trout in the same outfield. Now that's a winning mentality. Pitch to Gordon. There's a fly ball to left. Back goes Woodling. That's going to be caught. The good thing about there being 17 acres of land out there is you can pretty much flag everything down, and Woodling did. Oh, I love you too, Lorenzo. Here's Boudreaux. He has singled twice, scored, and driven in a run. Yeah, that's Death Valley for a reason. If you can get Ronald Reagan off the horse out there, I think we'd be a little better. Pitch to Boudreaux. Gets away on ball 4. So that's the first walk by Rashi. Yeah, Mookie is just going to be an asset wherever he goes. So full count fastball. That brings up Rosen, who's 2 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. And he picked the right time to leave the Red Sox, to be honest. Ground ball to short. Rizzuto. Coleman for 1. Krohosky 2. So that'll do it. Halfway home, 5-2 Cleveland. Oh, I'm just giving them a hard time. There's no pitching for the Angels, and the Sox don't really know what they're doing. I forgot I finished my drink already, and the computer's just going to do these small things with the box scores. So I'll read this to you like I normally would. Cleveland sent 7 to the plate in the first if he joined us late. Al Rosen singled home Joe Gordon as the Indians took a 1-0 lead. Larry Doby singled home Lou Boudreau to make it 2-0. Then the Yankees got a 2-run homer from Henrik in the bottom of the first to make it 2-2. And then the Indians scored 3 in the third. Boudreau singled home Vernon to make it 3-2. Larry Doby singled home Rosen to make it 4-2. And then Allie Clark singled home Doby to make it 5-2. Bob Feller, 3-hitter through 4, 2 runs, both earned, a homer. He has walked 3 and struck out 4. Rashi, in one of these games that why hasn't Juckett pulled him yet, 5 innings, 10 hits, 5 runs all earned. But he seems to be holding his own the last couple innings. And he still technically has 75 pitches to go. He's walked 1 and struck out 2. Jerry Coleman is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 78 pitches through 18 batters. 61 call. Okay, Elvis, thanks for joining us. So Coleman struck out. He's 0 for 2. There's a ground ball base hit past a diving Gordon. 4th hit. Here's Rizzuto. Phil is 0 for 2. As I look at Feller's picture again, 2 of the nicest card issues in the 50s were not from the gum companies. We mentioned, I think for Feller, that's from Red Man Chewing Tobacco. But Kahn's Wieners did some regional issues, and I think Big Clue will back it up. Well, obviously, one of those teams was the Reds. And they were also beautiful cards. Full color. Throw to first, Coleman back. There's a fly ball to right. Clark has it for the out. Coleman goes back to first. 1 out for Woodling, who's single, doubled, scored. Oh, they were in the 60s, but you knew what ones they were. Yeah, they were nice. They were Kodachrome pictures, too. Much more of a portrait than a baseball card. You've got the 67 or 68 Rose one. Oh, and Feller is thrown out of the game. He went high and inside on Woodling, and Feller just let Al Red Sox fan have it on home plate. And Al says, I don't care who you are, you're gone. So it was down tight. It was ball 4, and Feller just kind of blew his stack. And so Mike Garcia, with 1 out, is going to come in. Oh, boy. So Feller says a few words you'd only say on a farm in Oklahoma. Here it is again. That looked outside to me, and Feller went right for the home plate umpire. Feller was the quintessential curmudgeon later in life. So let's tell you about Mike Garcia. He's making the Big Bear is making his 1949 debut. He went 14-5 on the real year with 2 saves, 20 starts and 41 games. Through 175 and 2/3 innings, 154 hits, 6 homers. He walked 16, struck out 94. Fastball at 87 and a ground ball pitcher, and he's all at 25. So runners on first and second. Tying run for Henrik, who already has a home run in this game. Called the home plate umpire horse manure. Among other things. I believe maternal fornication came up as well. Pitch to Henrik. Into left field. Tucker. In for Dale is going to make the catch for the out. Coleman will go to third. The throw to third to Ken Keltner is not in time. So Thurman Tucker will lead off, and it's a 2 and a 6 and left. So runners on the corners, 2 out for Yogi, who is 0 for 2. I gotta see if I can say that word. Feller extended to the umpire his most enthusiastic contrafibularities. My goodness. Somebody had a big bowl of alphabets this morning. Yeah, I got it right. Big Mike, Lorenzo says, who my dear dad played a lot of ball with, was known as the Big Bear and was from Orosi, California, a small farm town in Tulare County. Lorenzo's dad was from Tulare and played for Pete Belden, that looks like an L, who has the Fresno State baseball field named after him. Nice. So runners on the corners, tying run is Yogi. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Hegan ditches the mask. All sorts of room at Yankee Stadium and makes the catch to retire the side. The Yanks get nothing. Good day, sir. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. They leave on 3. We go to the 6th, 5-2, Cleveland. So Larry Doby. Garcia, by the way, it was a double switch. So Garcia bats in the 5 hole, and Tucker will lead off. Ken Keltner is now at third. So Rosen is out of the game. So Garcia took Rosen's spot in the lineup. That is a cool nickname, isn't it? Doby doubled. He's 2 for 2 with a double and a single. Driven in 2 and scored once. Liner right to first for the out. Brings up Clark. Alley 1 for 2. He singled and driven in a run. To Rizzuto. 2 out. So Rashi pitching with his C-level stuff today. Still isn't out of this game. Here's Hegan. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. There's a base hit into left field. Woodling will throw it in. 2 out. For Ken Keltner. I'm going to change that. That's the one that's not on the top of Joe DiMaggio's Christmas card list. Dale Mitchell, of course, was on the top of Don Larson's list all those years. Ken at 216, no homers and 7 RBI. Rashi deals. Oh, what a grab by Coleman. Hang a star on that one, baby. No runs, a hit, and no errors. The Indians leave a runner on. Bottom 6, 5-2 Indians. So Brown, Kralowski, and Mapes to face Garcia here in the 6th. Feller is standing in the tunnel and still talking about farm products and manure. Brown, slow roller to Gordon, over to Vernon, 1 out. We know that Feller, of course, grew up on a farm, and it's always great to do in-game commercials for John Deere products. John Deere, by the way, Kralowski is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, is from Rutland, Vermont. Ground ball to Gordon. Second verse, same as the first. 2 out. Brings up Mapes. Walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. This time around, he pops it up. Boudreaux, behind the bag at second, will make the catch. So the Indians go in order after 5.5, or after 6 rather. 5-2 Tribe. So Thurman Tucker played for the White Sox through the 30s and most of the 40s at 300 with an RBI. Just a steady Eddie player. He's always going to have to buy his own ticket to Cooperstown, but he played a long time. Rashi starts the 7th with ball 4. 3-0 curve outside, and Rashi isn't going to argue that. I think Schilling gets in next year. Last year of eligibility. Vernon, 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. There's a fly ball left center field. Mapes has it for the out. 1 away for Gordon. 1 for 3 with a run scored. I thought there was another year recently that the Hall didn't elect anybody. Oh! Not only did we have a scammer, he tried scamming in 17 different languages. So Joe Gordon is 1 for 3. Single and a run scored. Oh, the writers elected nobody in 13 and 96 before that. Oh, there were vet committee selections. But remember, there wasn't a ceremony last year, so last year's people still need to get in. Al Michaels, the Ford Frick winner. Pitch to Gordon. Hit him! So Gordon, again, no love lost between him and the Yankees, just trots to first. The assumption of St. Jeter. Don't be bitter. You'll anger Lorenzo. Here's Boudreaux. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Boudreaux 2 for 2. He has singled twice, scored a run, walked, and driven in run. And Rashi walked him. So 5-2. Let's see what they do with Garcia. 1 out. Garcia, a decent hitter. 235, a homer, and 7 RBI in the real year. But do they pinch hit? Bases loaded, 1 out, top the 7th. He stays and strikes out. An 0-2, strike 3 called on an 85-mile-an-hour fastball. No, he's not the GOAT. So here's Doby. Larry has singled, doubled, scored a run, and driven in 2. They're loaded for Doby. Here's a line drive to Bobby Brown. And that'll do. So seriously, they're going to have Garcia hit and then pull him. Okay, Al Benton's coming in. You're a Dodger fan in name only. You love the Yankees. This is the only thing I'm going to say about Curt Schilling. I don't think that a person's politics, whether you agree with him or not, should enter into the conversation about whether he's a Hall of Famer. But there's a pretty good valley in the middle of his career. He had those good years with Philadelphia, and he had those good years with Arizona and Boston. And in the middle of all that, he had some clunkers. And for me, when I voted for the Internet Baseball Writers Association, was it. He was one of those cases for me that if you were on the verge, you weren't quite getting in. Then again, I probably wouldn't have voted. I didn't vote for Trevor Hoffman or Harold Baines either. You know, if he gets in, fine. But just go look at the middle of his career. He had a great finish. And when he finally reached his potential, he had some good years. But there were some few years that he just was. Those weren't Hall of Fame numbers. And you can couch those like Koufax in the beginning of your career and be fine. So his peak was Hall of Fame, but his valleys were not. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, Rashi, I'll probably pinch in for him. Let's talk about Al Benton first. Al, 2-0 on the year with a 2.45 ERA, 11 innings, 13 hits, 3 walks, and a strikeout. I voted for Clemens just because he had a decade before he found the vitamin shot, shall we say, that he was dominant, and then he got fat. And so, you know, if you lop off, when he look, just his Red Sox career, I think gets him in the Hall of Fame. No one is withholding their votes for Bonds and Clemens on account of a lack of performance. And Bonds, it was his ego that got him in the way. Again, I've always voted for Clemens and Bonds because I think their work up until they got greedy was Hall of Fame worthy. Anywho, Benton is 38 years old. He's a fastball pitcher at 81. Last pitched against the White Sox on the 15th. 2 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 11 innings total, 13 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned. He walked 3 and struck out 1. Yeah, you know, I think it's tough because Kurt doesn't make it easy on himself. Going to pinch hit for Rashi here. Who have we got? Who can hit a righty? Who can hit a righty? Charlie Silvera at 176. Although he hits righties at a 313 clip and an RBI. What do you mean, no, he doesn't? But it's hard to get into the Hall of... Yeah, oh, make it easy. No, he doesn't. Again, there's just that donut in the middle of his career. You know, there are players such as Eddie Murray and Steve Carlton who were not the most press-friendly people on the planet, but their careers really spoke for themselves. And so they might not have been best of friends. They lost votes, I think, when they first got in just because of that. Rice was not known as a media-friendly player. It took him 15 years. Andrew Jones, I think, should be in. Gary Sheffield should be in. Scott Rowland should be in. Todd Helton and Billy Wagner, I'd have to think about. Helton more so than Wagner for me. Pitch to Silvera. Ball 4. So the Yankees start with a walk. Here's Coleman. He's 1 for 3. He has struck out and singled. Sheffield played forever. Pitch to Coleman. There's a ground ball to Boudreaux. Might be 2. Gordon for 1. Throw to Vernon, and that will be 2. So 2 out for the Scooter, who's 0 for 3. Yeah, Sheffield's defense is not good. And he played for a long, long time. And so yes, the immaturity early in his career. And he kind of, like Fred McGriff, I think, has the Don Sutton accumulator problem. That he has Hall of Fame numbers, but I didn't realize he never won a Cy Young and was only a 5-time All-Star. Yep. Gary Sheffield is a Stratomatic DH for sure. Pitch to the Scooter is a liner into center field. That gets past Gordon. And that's the 5th Yankee hit. And you can be average for a generation and win a ball, yeah, really much above. I was surprised. Trying to find a game for Sutton in the for the tribute. Yep, 15 wins a year, 20 years, 300 wins, 3,000 strikeouts. Woodling has singled once and doubled once. He's 2 for 2. Walked and scored. This time around, he hits it into right field. Clark will snare that one, and that's the inning. No runs, a hit, and the Yankees leave 2 on. After 7, 5-2 Cleveland. Well, I'm more concerned about a labor deal, but I think they get a full one in this year. And so the Yankees are going to bring in Joe Page. 1-2 on the year with a save and a 2.31 ERA. They got the firepower. They can get 3 runs. Page at 31 is a lefty, making his 8th appearance of the year. He's a fastball pitcher at 92 and a flyball pitcher. The fireman last pitched against the Tigers on the 10th. He went 2 innings, allowed a hit. Did not give up a run. He walked 5 and struck out 4. So in 11 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He has walked 14 and struck out 14. I don't know. You got Ken Keltner at 3rd. I'm surprised the computer yanked Garcia, though. So Clark, Hegan, and Keltner here in the 8th. And Page will pitch until it's his turn to bat. Clark into left field. Woodling in the corner. 1 out. Oh, baby. The rain has stopped. 71 degrees. The wind blowing out to left at 9. Here's Egan, 1 for 3. Email it. And Brad, throw in your phone number in that email, would you? Please. Thank you. Egan, 1 for 3, is singled and struck out. Got him. A 1-2 curve on the outside corner on a 1 for his first strikeout. He walked 75 and 135 in the 3rd innings, but fanned 99. Here's Keltner. Ken is 0 for 1. So Page, the original fireman, or if you put Texaco in your car, a super chief with Ed Wynn, pitch to Keltner. Got him! He swings and misses at a 2-2 curve in the dirt. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom 8 here in the Bronx, 5-2 Indians. So Heinrich, Berra, and Brown to face Benton here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tommy is 1 for 2. He has homered and driven into. I think Allie was super chief. I don't know if he was gay or not. And yes, Allie Reynolds was the super chief. But that was the top gas product for Texaco. Oh, was Page the gay reliever? It's listed here as fireman. Just saying. And yes, Allie Reynolds was super chief. Baseball Reference is both listed for Page. Yeah, you probably, I think Dave did discretion being the better part of valor on that one. Allie has not covered himself in clover this year either. All right, back to the ball game. Bottom 8, 5-2 Cleveland. Henrik 1 for 2 with a homer into right center field. Back goes Doby. Doby's running 40 yards and makes a tremendous catch against the bullpen. Ho-ho, doctor. right up there against the auxiliary scoreboard, which would be there in 49. Doby must have ran about 45 yards to make that. That was Allie Clark's play all the way, and Doby with that 10 range just took it right away. Oh, what a run by Doby. The pitcher for the Giants, that was... it's not Freddie Fitzsimmons, is it? Who pretty much was the first full-time reliever. But Joe Page certainly had the role locked down for the Yankees in the late 40s. Berra is 0 for 3. Benton deals. In the left field, Tucker won't have to move too much for that. 2 out. So Bobby Brown is 0 for 3. 5-2 Indians, bottom 8. 2 out. Into right field, Clark down the line makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So the Yankees go in order. No runs, no hits, and no errors. To the 9th we go. It is 5-2 Cleveland. And yep, we're running a bit over today. Thurman Tucker walked his first time up. Page deals. And there's a little looper in the left field. Woodling will pick it up. Brown should have had it. That's the 12th hit. So Rashi gave up 5 runs in the first 3 innings. And then Cleveland's put up bagels the rest of the way. Here's Vernon. 1 for 4. Doubled and scored. Ground ball, left side base hit. Tucker will hold at second. So the Indians are threatening here. You can always have too much in New York. You heard that from me. So here's Gordon. Joe 1 for 3. Got hit by a pitch and singled. Line drive to Coleman. Throws to first, and Vernon is doubled off. So in this eternal cat and mouse game between Gordon and the Yankees, he'd lined to his replacement, and Vernon was leaning the wrong way. So it goes 4-3 on the DP. Boudreaux just gives him a dirty look as he goes to the plate. 2 for 2. Lewis, he's walked twice. The Yankees haven't retired himself. Brad's butt fell off about 5 minutes ago. Pitch to Boudreaux. Tucker goes, and this left center, Mapes, is going to dive. And can't make the catch. Tucker scores. Boudreaux's on with a double. So it's 6-2. Furpo Marbury, that's who I'm thinking of, not Freddie Fitzsimmons. He was an ace reliever for the New York Giants. And Brad says what most of us would say, not in a fortnight stream. Furpo. Oh, Senator's relief ace. Okay, Furpo. Isn't he the 5th Marx brother? Again, a day at the races is not something discussed on Fortnite. Al Benton is 0 for 2. Let's see if the Indians go to the pen again. They do not. And he drops a bunt down. Bear over to first. And that will retire the side. But why aren't they pinch hitting? Frank Papish coming in. So Furpo, Johnny Grandma Murphy. He was also with the Yankees, wasn't he? And Joe Page. Then you go into Lindy McDaniels and stuff like that. Dick Raditz for the Red Sox. And yep, before Furpo, teams just brought in their ace on his days off to close out games or save them. The great Ron Paranowski, yep, for the Dodgers. Elroy Face. Darrell Knowles kind of fits that mold. Papish is a lefty making his 6th appearance. Pap is 31, a fastball pitcher, 85. Last pitch against the Yankees yesterday, as a matter of fact. In the loss, 1 inning, 2 hits, a run. It was earned with a strikeout. So overall, 8 1/3, 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 2. Knowles came around after the save stat. Yep. Before them, relief aces were not measured in saves. So the Yankees will see if they got who can hit a lefty. Prohaski's at 283. Hank Bauer at 333, a homer and 11 RBI. 6-2 Cleveland, bottom of the ninth. Foul behind the plate, and the count goes to 2-2. The save, maybe the most overrated stat, along with game-winning RBI. Pitch to Bauer. Got him. A 2-2 in there at the knees for strike three. Mapes. Billy Johnson at 222. 2 homers and 12 RBI. 1 out. 6-14-0 for the Tribe. 8 left on. Yeah, Hoffman to me is, Rivera, top 10 pitcher of all time. But Hoffman in the Hall of Very Good. 2-5-0 for the Yankees. They've left 7 on. Johnson to short. Boudreaux. 2 out. So the Dodgers and the Cardinals from St. Louis tomorrow night. 5 Pacific. 8 Eastern right here on Retro Sports Network. Joe Page. Johnny Lindell. Hitting .340, 2 homers, and 11 RBI. The rest of the day in baseball after this. Pitch to Lindell is a ground ball right back to Papish, and the Indians are going to win this one 6-2. So in the end, it was all kind of easy. 6-14-0 for the Tribe. 2-5-0 for the Yankees. And it will be Lou Boudreaux, who went 3 for 3 with 2 RBI as your player of the game. Feller was thrown out. Benton gets the win. He goes to 3-0. 2 innings, a hit, and a walk. Garcia got the whole inning and 2/3. Vic Raschi, 7 innings, 11 hits. And really, it went against my thinking to keep him in the ball game, but he only threw 96 pitches, and he still had a bunch to go. And Joe Page, 2 innings, 3 hits, a run. It was earned. He struck out 2. So the Yankees fall to 16-11, and as we wait for that, they have a game lead over Cleveland and Washington. So let's play the rest of the day in baseball for you. The Red Sox lose 5-2. Kender falls to 1-4. Serkant 2-1. Luke Appling 2 for 4 with a double and a stolen base. Cardinals beat the Phils 7-4. Perkeen goes to 4-2. Donnelly 0-1. Ennis, his 5th of the year, goes 2 for 4. Pirates beat the Giants. That's a big one in the National League. Murray Dixon goes to 2-4. Larry Jansen goes to 6-1. Ralph Kiner, his 8th of the year, he goes 4 for 5, drives in 4. The Reds win. They beat the Braves 12-3. Raffensperger goes to 3-3, and Johnny Sane falls to 2-4. Lloyd Merriman, my cousin, goes 3 for 5. The Braves make 5 errors. The Reds have 19 hits, including 4 from Hank Sauer, who also drove in 4. Brooklyn 11, Chicago 7. Hatton goes to 4-2. Rush goes to 1-3. Mixis is 3-5. The Dodgers have 17 hits. Detroit shuts out Washington 9-0. Gray goes to 3-2. Calvert falls to 2-2. Hoot Evers 3 for 5, a homer, and he drove in 3. Philadelphia behind a 2-hitter from Bobby Shantz. Strikes out 4. They shut down the Browns 1-0. Fannin takes the loss. He goes to 0-2. So, it'll be the Cardinals and the Dodgers on this very channel, 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern tomorrow. Standings as we leave you today, it is the Giants by 1 over Philly, 2 over St. Louis, 3 over Boston, 4 over Brooklyn. In the American League, everybody's within 5. The Yankees by 1 over Cleveland and Philadelphia. Washington 1.5. Detroit is 2. So Brooklyn, St. Louis tomorrow night in prime time. And then Cleveland, Boston? No, we're going to swap that one out. The Tigers and the A's. So make a note of that. Tigers and A's Thursday at noon. So the Dodgers tomorrow, Lorenzo. I don't want to hear about how you forgot about it. And then the Tigers and the A's on Thursday. Hey, everybody, have yourself a great afternoon. We'll talk to you tomorrow night at 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern. Until then, so long, everybody.